Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Brownstone's Best Business Review. I'm Paulette. I'm a part of Brownstone Worldwide. We're in the Brownstone Worldwide studios, and we're here today to talk to an amazing family that I've had the honor of meeting, and they are official neighbors of Brownstone Worldwide, which means that they literally have a column with Brownstone Living Magazine. They're part of Brownstone Worldwide. They are the Gorings, Glenn and Amanda Goring. And we also have their beautiful little daughters that are a part of In Style Travel LLC. They're also the stars of the ever popular YouTube series called LittleMissTravelers, where their daughters and themselves travel the world together and make memories. Hey, Gorings, how are you?
Hi.
What's going on?
Okay, I'm done. I'm already done. Heart's melting. Listen, let's get started. Let's start from mom first and let everybody introduce themselves and let's get into this amazing interview.
Hi, everyone. My name is Amanda Goring. I am the founder and CEO of InStyle Travel LLC. We help Black and Brown families to travel around the world in luxury. We do retreats also for small businesses and healthcare entrepreneurs. I am a mom of two beautiful girls, as you see here. I am a wife. I am a speaker on self-care, and I am also the creative director of Little Miss Travelers, our YouTube channel.
Wonderful. All right. Now, who's next? Who's going to introduce themselves?
Me.
Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Lexington Goring from LittleMissTravelers and In Style Travel. We get to experience new cultures and a whole lot of the world too. And we love working and traveling with our mom and dad. It's the best job ever.
I love it. Well, welcome to the Brownstone, Miss Lady. Happy to have you. And you, Miss Ma'am.
Hi, my name is Brooklyn Sasha Goring from LittleMissTravelers, our YouTube channel, and Install Travel. I'm happy to be my mom and dad's business partners. We enjoy being their business partners because we get to travel, live life, and make some money.
Oh.
But honestly, the most important part is that we get to do it at our own time.
I love it. And they're speakers. Okay. I see stages in your futures, ma'ams. All right. And Dad, all of this. Go ahead.
Yes, these are my girls. And my name is Glenn Goring, aka also known as Mr. G. You'll hear that Mr. G through the YouTube. Yes, you'll hear that name throughout. And I am for InStyle Travel, the CFO. And we also, with my wife, I'm a part of curating the trips in terms of the luxury trips and the retreats.
Wow. Okay. So now my heart is full because you guys are amazing. First of all, I don't take that lightly. Like I say this to everybody because I don't. And the second thing is I want to start from the beginning, but I don't know how. So let's start here. You guys met, mom and dad. You are Amanda and Glenn. You guys met in college. Is that right? Did I miss that? Did I mess that up?
That is correct.
That is correct.
Okay. So you met in college, and you all are both doctors of
pharmacy.
Yes.
By trade.
Okay.
So we are Dr. Goring. Dr.
Yes,
Goring.
you are Doctors Goring, Doctors Amanda and Glenn Goring. And we need to clarify that. First of all, hello, y'all. We're not dealing with you all. Oh my God. So now we're talking about you are doctors of pharmacy. And that doesn't, so that to me, I have friends who are pharmacists. So that means that y'all were not broke.
Well, we were broke before we started.
Right?
We were broke in college.
So you all decided, and see, I like to start at the beginning and find the story behind the why, because everybody needs a why when they're going into business and those kinds of things. Yes. So when you all were in school, you graduated, you met in school, you got married, you're both pharmacists, you're doing well. I don't know a broke pharmacist. I'm going somewhere with this. Now, what made you all decide, hey babe, let's start a travel company? Was it a smooth transition? Did you decide that you were going to do this as like a side thing first? Or was it you discovered somewhere along the lines that what you had was something special and it needed more attention than what you were able to give working as pharmacists? Which one was that?
So I guess I'll go first. I mean, for me as an individual, I mean, before we met, we were, I mean, always traveling. I grew up in Brooklyn. As a little brown girl, I saw a lot happening out there in terms of traveling. And
Mhm.
when my parents moved us from Brooklyn to Manhattan, the Upper East Side Manhattan,
Mhm.
I started seeing a lot of families traveling together,
Yeah.
but they did not look like me. They did
Mm.
not look like us.
Yeah.
And the kind of travel that they were doing was more, I mean, Upper East Side, when you know Manhattan and Upper East Side, it's
I
affluent. I
do.
mean, well, go watch Sex in the City, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so very affluent, neighborhoods. And I remember I would just watch people just, come and go with suitcases and doorman opening the doors and then the cars. And I'm like, this is the life I want. Why did
Mhm.
my mom move me here if we are not living like this?
Yeah.
So long story short on that part, my little mind when I was this age was telling me that I could do it too, so I could travel the world as
Mhm.
much as the other people that I was looking at, my neighbors and people that I was looking at the time doing.
Yeah.
I would read magazines and everything in there, yachts and airplanes and everything. It was
Mhm.
amazing in the
Yeah.
magazines. But I'm like, this has got to be real people. This is not fake. This got to be real people.
It's
What
doing
can
it.
I do to do that? I remember talking to my mom, and she said, you can have anything you want. You just gotta
Yes.
go to school. You
Yeah.
gotta go to school, get that degree,
Yeah.
and you can have anything you put your mind to.
Okay.
So from then, it was my priority to make sure what kind of school that she's talking about. I'm gonna go and get that and go to that school, not
Mhm.
below any degree, but to
Yeah.
be have a doctorate. The doctorate is going to generate that money for that travel that I
Mhm.
saw in the magazine
Yeah.
and that I saw around my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Then absolutely I will do that.
Yeah.
So going forward, the whole time was me wanting the best life ever, the luxury that I saw.
Yeah.
Everything was just painted in my mind. The image will come to
Mhm.
me and
Mm.
reminded me that I could do this. I could have any life I wanted. I just
Mm.
got to work for it. I just got to work at it.
Mm.
So when I met Glenn, long story short, when we met in school, Glenn can tell his story of coming from Canada, okay? And we met, became very, very good friends
Mhm.
because we all had other stuff, going on. And so we remained good friends, but we knew we wanted to, get married after one conversation we had at a breakfast table. He invited me for breakfast and he started talking about how he wanted to raise his kids. Mind you, at this time we were still friends,
Mhm.
right? Still friends, have feelings for each other,
Yeah.
right? But because we had other baggages going on, him and I, we
Mhm.
didn't, that way we weren't going to break no households. so,
Right. Right.
so we definitely talked, but it seems like our views in life, my love for travel and his
Mhm.
love that he never traveled as a kid. I traveled a little bit. He didn't, but it came so close together that he wanted to do more of it. And I had already been traveling, but I wanted to do more of it. And he
Yeah.
hadn't traveled much, but he wanted
Yeah.
to do more of it, right? So
Okay.
that kind of came together. And so our views and the importance of raising family. I mean, we talked almost like 8, 10 hours by the
Wow.
people and talked. And we were like, wow. I remember going back to my room and I'm like, God, is this the man? Is that him? We are
I
not
love
even
it.
dating. He's just a
Okay.
friend at this time. But God, is this him? Like, is that him? Because
Mm.
everything he's saying is what I wanted to raise my kids
That's
with.
wonderful.
And it was just the rest is history.
The rest is history. So, Mr. G, Do you
Yeah.
concur? Is this like you guys met and you were friends first, which I love. I wish more of us would do that. And you kind of knew early on that you guys were going to marry and have children and whatnot. And you sound it sounded like, even though you were in pharmacy school and doing your thing, that you both had the same values about raising family. Is that right?
Yes, yes, yes. I mean, she pretty much hit all the
Mhm,
points.
mhm.
I would say it was at a breakfast table, a dinner table, or just a dinner table, right?
Yeah.
Mr. G had a checklist.
Oh,
Go check.
okay.
But yeah,
Oh, dear.
when we sat that day and we went back and forth, and like I was saying, yeah, well, I want to raise our kids, and we want to just enjoy certain aspects of life, and this
Mhm, mhm.
everything was matching up.
Yeah.
And from there we were like we kind of graduated, let's just say. And I
Mhm.
went to Florida, and she was still in school, but our destinies met back
Right.
again. And
Uh-huh.
so we all lived to move to California. My wife and I moved to California after
Mhm,
Boston,
mhm,
and then
mhm.
that's when we got married and moved
I
forward.
love it. Okay.
um, but just want to mention, like, we had to where this stems from. I have a love to travel. That's
Mhm,
that's foremost. Like, and
mhm.
so that kind of, for her, when the business idea came up, it was already in me to, like, we
I
gotta
love
love to
it.
travel. And
Yeah.
from there, it kind of built. She liked the luxury. I
Mhm,
love to travel, and
mhm.
this is where in-style travel came from.
But if you ask how the business itself came about, the business itself came about when the girls, we had moved to California,
Mm.
getting married. We actually had our wedding in Canada, Toronto, Canada.
Nice.
We had
Okay.
both of our families, there, and everything was amazing. But when we got married and we started having kids, we
Mhm.
wanted to make sure Glenn, it was very, very important that we travel with the kids. How
Yeah.
that came from, we had talked one time and Glenn said, we're going to be taking our babies everywhere we go. Now, mind you, I'm a baby of 10. My parents were amazing, amazing parents, but they couldn't travel with 10 children.
Right, right,
So
right.
my love for travel came later on. They did not
Mhm,
travel with us all the time.
mhm,
So
mhm,
in
mhm.
my mentality, I was like, okay, the kids are gonna be left with granny, the kids are gonna be left with
Mhm,
their nanny and blah. And then
mhm.
my husband interjected and said, no, the kids are gonna be coming with us everywhere. He said, no,
Wow.
they're gonna be coming with us everywhere. And I said,
Mm.
what do you mean? Because I didn't grow up like that. I didn't
Yeah.
grow up with going everywhere with my parents. 10 kids, they can't take one and leave the other one,
Right,
right? And
right.
so that's when he was like, no, our kids are gonna come everywhere we go. That is one
Okay,
thing that we
okay,
will not. And
okay.
so we decided to tour Europe when the kids were babies. And
Mhm,
the travel agent we got at the time
mhm.
discouraged us, greatly discouraged us. I don't know if it was her insecurity or what, but she discouraged us from traveling with our babies to Europe.
Mhm.
And we were like, we can do this, right?
Right,
We've been traveling a little bit. We can do this. I mean, they are babies, but we can get their vaccines together. We can get their
yes,
immunizations. We can
right,
do this.
right.
We can check to see what we can do. Bring all the Benadryl, Tylenol in our bags. We can do this.
Mhm.
Mr. G connected all the dots to where we were going to go, to Iceland, to Switzerland, to Venice, all these places. He connected all the dots with the train, the Euro rail. Everything was nicely connected. And I connected the dots with what to bring for the children. So we went, everything was successful. We had a fabulous time. But when
Mhm.
we got back, we
Uh-oh.
questioned ourselves and said, how many families are going through this with travel
Yes.
agents like that?
Mhm,
She's not a bad person, but
mhm.
she wanted to discourage us from traveling with the kids because she didn't see that happening because she probably hadn't seen it before,
No, she
right?
probably hadn't.
Exactly. And
Right,
so she, on her perspective, where are you going with the kids? No, it's just you and your husband. Just go and have a great
right.
time.
Go and have a
So
good
then
time.
we
Yeah,
wanted to make it as a business
yeah.
so that people out there, we can help other families, so that
Mhm.
other families will get to see that no, the kids don't have to be home. No,
Yeah.
we can start them early. We can start them young. No,
Mhm.
when you travel with your family, the shared experiences is so much better than
Yeah.
you and just your husband going and coming to
Right.
tell them. They got to see the
Absolutely.
world through their own eyes. That
Right.
is how in-style travel happens, and that is how the family traveling with the family.
So let me pause and go back just a little bit because we're I want to make sure that we understand that this started because you all saw the need for other people to understand that yeah, you can travel with your kids and it's okay. So
Right.
here's the question. In style travel, you're traveling with the babies. Mr. G, you did all of the details of making sure that trains were handled, bookings were handled. Mommy, you took care of all of the things that you needed to do for the babies. Amanda, I'm sure you made sure that they had their matching outfits and all of the things that they needed, vaccinations. So now,
Diapers.
diaper, oh, that's right, because they were
Yep.
small. So
Yep.
here's the question that I have for you, and where I think that the concern I would have as a travel agent, or one of the things that I've never done, and here's my truth. Now, my baby is 16 now. Okay. I've never traveled outside of the country with my children because I was concerned for a couple of things. I want to go here with you all. The biggest one was I was concerned for their safety because I had a curious little boy and he was constantly running and getting into everything. What in the world was I going to do with him in Belize like that? Or in the DR, the Dominican Republic, with him running around? Like, how first of all, how do you all do it? Let's talk about that, because now that he's 16, he's more reserved. He knows exactly what he wants to do. He knows how to handle himself. We're talking about, you all started with small people and you were looking to enjoy all of these places around the world together, and it's clear you're successful and you're good at it. So, what would you say to a parent like me who was afraid to travel with their babies because I was afraid he he was quite rambunctious? So, what do you do? How do you, is that a conversation that you have with them, or is it the way that it is because they're just so used to it?
Mhm.
Where's that balance in between there to start training children up to start
Start them
traveling?
young.
For
Starting-
I'm gonna let my wife answer, and
Yeah.
hopefully that part. But I just want to interject and jump in with, from our experience.
Mhm.
It was starting young,
Yeah.
starting them off young. We started Brooklyn around 6 months, and then when Lexington was born, she was a baby also. Brooklyn became 2, and we saw from the progression of Brooklyn. When she was 2, she was
Yeah.
able to sit. She was able to enjoy the playing. She
Okay.
wasn't fussy.
Yeah.
We're getting compliments from other passengers. So
Mhm.
it really smoothed and it became a smooth situation for us when we traveled.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, but for parents that are wondering, okay, you may not have kids that maybe want to, listen, or because every child is very, very different.
Yeah.
We always have solutions.
Mhm.
You have to find activities.
Yeah.
Activities, what can you bring on board with you that can capture the kids' attention so much that they don't have to, be really all over the place, because everybody likes something that
Yeah.
captures their attention.
Yeah.
You, before you travel with them, you have to explain to them, we're going to be going here, which is why it's important to start them early. You explain to
Mhm.
them what we did in the past was their most favorite activities. They do not
Mhm.
use it a week before we traveled. So that they do not use it a week before we travel. Their favorite iPad, their favorite toy,
Mhm.
everything is so when you've been looking for that thing for so long, and you land your hands on it and you like, I didn't have my peach cobbler for like a whole week. Now I
Yeah.
have it. I wanted my iPad for like from last week. I didn't have it. My mom
Yeah.
didn't let me have it. So on the plane, they are all into it, right?
Mhm.
Or wherever you get to, if there's a layover, they are all into that particular activity that they like. So those
Mhm.
of you out there that are wondering, my child is this way, find a favorite thing that they like to do.
Yeah.
Find a favorite activity. Some kids love Play-Doh. I mean, you see us when we traveling, people think we are moving to that place because I got bags. I got Play-Doh bags. I got iPad.
Okay.
I got baby doll. They like to play with the baby doll's hair. I love that. We don't let them use the iPad all the time.
Yeah.
And so we have everything packed up in their bags. Now they know how to pack their bags. And so they pack everything before we go. On the plane, they have activities that they can go from the Play-Doh, close it up, go to the next activity, close it up, go to the next activity, do the hair. So for 19 hours, we are on the plane and there is no fuss. Get them their favorite foods. Make sure you have the snacks on board. Make sure that everything, sometimes it's just a favorite blanket that the kids, they love, a favorite toy. Make sure it's all on board. Now, travel can be a lot easier if we will take it really like seriously, not just, hey, pack your bags, let's go. As a child, they don't understand that. Make sure you put more time into what is my kid going to want if they are really, really fussing. What are they? Is it a binky? Is it something that they are so into? So those are the advice that we will give everybody. Make sure that favorite toy is not being used at least a week before you travel, 3 days before you travel. When they get on board, give it to them and everything will be fine.
That's it. All right. So folks, grab your pen, grab your paper, because the Gorings are giving you tips and advice. The first thing that I heard you say was you should make sure that any favorite activity that they have, hold off on it for about a week before you travel, so that the desire to have it is ingrained in them. So when they get on that flight or that train, that they're able to spend more time with that activity, helping you guys to keep things calm while you are traveling. And that makes a lot of sense. I wouldn't have ever thought of that. Oh, honey, I'd have just put mine on the plane and told them, you better be quiet.
Good luck with that. Good luck.
Yeah, you better be quiet. That's a no. Yeah. So here's the other question that I think is important, that you brought up. Let's talk about safety, because that was another reason why I was so concerned with traveling with my children when they were so young. Now, mind you, I used to travel for a living in the entertainment industry. And for a brief moment, my eldest, that I told you before, is like 34 now. She traveled and she was on the road with me when I traveled, and it scared me. And so I had to call my dad to come and pick her up so he could, take her back home with him until I was done performing. I was so worried that someone was going to look at my kids crazy, or I wasn't going to be able to keep them out of harm's way. So let's talk safety when we're talking about traveling with children. What is it that you as parents do when you're traveling with your children? Because we hear all of the things. And maybe that's something that's one of the reasons why you all started In Style Travel, because you're talking about luxury travel, but it still doesn't matter. We're talking about families wanting to have fun, and you're so engrossed in having fun that sometimes you may miss those tiny details that something may be awry. How do you all handle that, especially when you're helping other family members get comfortable, other families get comfortable traveling with little ones?
Well, as travel concierge, we've done a lot of, let's say, legwork in terms of setting people up on their dream vacation, the luxury vacation that they want, or the experience they want. So we and through our experience also, we kind of know in terms of what we will watch out for the family. And let's say, for example, getting to the airport, arriving at the airport and arriving and going to the hotel. In certain countries, we're going to make sure you got a driver. You got to and so we'll take you from the airport.
Okay, wait. You all set that up.
Yes, absolutely.
You got your chauffeur.
Oh,
so you don't have to wait around waiting for Uber.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. So I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't know that. I'm sorry, Mr. G. Go ahead. I'm sorry. That changes everything.
We're good. So, from that experience at the whole, at the airport, and they're in the situation where many things can arise at the airport and another country. So we're trying to eliminate that 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 may frustration, or that hustle or hassle that goes on there. So that's, as for example, what we try to do, and then from other aspects where we say, okay, again from our experience, where we say, okay, this part of the trip we should make less confusing, or more safe, or we just try to interject on other parts of the trip to make sure it's safe for the family, safe for the children, and we and suggest certain types of locations that are safe for the family, safe for the children,
I see.
family oriented. So when they get there, they're not in a situation where, okay, well, this is not a safe environment for my child, especially this resort or this place where we have them sitting.
Got it. I understand. So all of these years, I could have been traveling with my little ones had y'all been around, right?
Yes.
So In Style Travel prides itself, it sounds like to me, on helping families have safe, memorable trips that you all coordinate, from even the driver, getting them to the airport, getting them to the resort area, all of those things. Okay, wait. Before we start asking the fun questions, I got questions about the activities. So you all so are you all on all of the trips with people, or no? How does that work? Like, you guys sound like this is so detailed. How in the world? You got to have a staff. It can't be just y'all two.
Well, we do have a team of people that we work with. We are blessed. We are so blessed to have vendors and teams around the world. And so wherever we go, wherever you want to go, we do have a concierge that is waiting for you. That is waiting for you to cater to every need.
Wow.
Okay, you are not alone. We are not coming on the trip with you, on you and your family trip with you. The
Okay.
only trip we go on is the ones that we have planned, because we have a lot of big trips that we plan yearly.
Yes.
And so, for instance, for next year, we are all going to Dubai. Yes, we're going back to Dubai.
I heard. Yes.
Right. And so that is family. But the trip that we are now on is you and your family. We are not going to be stalking you. However, we are on demand. We are on demand. You can reach us anytime. Our concierge in that particular country is waiting to help and serve you in every way. If you can get through to them, you can get through to us anytime, and we will get through to them. So you are traveling alone, but you are not alone.
Had I known that there was a concierge service like yours available years ago, which this is the first that I've ever heard, I'm going to be honest with you. I would have traveled with mine. Now I'm a grandma. Okay. Yeah, I'm telling my age. Okay. I have children. my eldest grandson. He's 14. And I want to make sure that I'm traveling with the 14-year-old as well as the 2-year-old. And I want to make sure. So here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to be reaching out to In Style Travel LLC, because I want to make sure that I'm able to travel with my grandkids safely. And I know that I have a team of people that are going to be working with me. So anybody that thinks that they cannot travel with their children, they're sadly mistaken, because you four have proven that it can be done. Wow.
Okay, and have fun with it.
And you're having fun. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the fun that you all have. I need to hear from Miss Brooklyn and Miss Lexington. Where are your favorite places that you have been?
I have a lot of favorite places, but I'll say Maldives, because we got a water bungalow and we had a barefoot butler. And we had a seaplane, and a seaplane is a plane that lands on the water.
Okay. All right. So you've been to the Maldives.
Yeah.
You have had a barefoot butler. And you have had a plane land on the water.
Yeah.
Man, listen, where have you all been my whole life? That's
How old are you, Lexington?
8.
And she's
Lexington, you are 8 years old. You're the same age as my granddaughter, Amina. Wow. So it sounds like I don't need to just think about Disney World for her, right?
Yeah.
I need to take her to the Maldives.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. This is amazing. So up next, Miss Ma'am, where have you been? Where are your favorite places?
Well, I also have a lot of favorite places, but I'll say Thailand. Because in Thailand, we had a huge mansion, a butler, housekeeping, and chefs. So in Thailand, we got to go to bathe the elephants at an elephant sanctuary. We got to ride on a helicopter, and we got to spend a whole day in Fifi Island on a private yacht, and it was awesome.
I have no words. So you have been to Thailand.
Yes.
You have stayed in a mansion. You had a private butler. And you bathed the elephants. What did I miss? What did I miss? What else did I miss?
Well, also when we were at the mansion, when our bags arrived, the housekeeping took our bags and arranged it in our rooms for us. Yeah.
So, y'all, so you're telling me, so, okay, let me back up because now I'm inspired. Amanda, you
Yes.
grew up, you saw these people packing their bags, going on all of these trips, and in your mind, so you said something, you don't know you did, but I'm going to repeat it back to you as best I can. You said, I knew that if I saw it in my mind and in my imagination that I could live like that. I wanted to have that.
Yes.
Right. And I want the audience to hear your baby say what they said, because I need them to understand that your dream, the both of you together, has impacted an entirely new generation of people that are going to inspire their children and their children's children. So this isn't just about you two and you four. This is about impacting an entire group of people into a world that many, by all accounts, said that we could never have.
Right.
That's impactful.
Right.
Oh, y'all, I'm full. I'm ready to cry. Like, this is so big.
Oh, you're gonna make me cry.
And it's like that is the mission, like, for InStyle Travel. We want to be able to show to the world that young that families, Black and brown families for that matter,
Yes,
can be on trips and go to different countries and have great experience. But more so, we want to show that this is an everyday thing for people, for Black and brown families.
Yes.
So not just a one-time thing. So that's in the essence of why we have our YouTube channel. So we can bring that experience back to and show that, hey, this is an everyday thing. Let us curate this and we can bring this experience to you.
So let's talk about your YouTube channel. It's LittleMissTravelers, and it stars the four of you. Yes. I'm going to let you all have at it. How did you start the YouTube channel?
So the YouTube channel started during COVID, right? During COVID, there was nobody traveling. Our business had already started, booming before COVID. Everything was going well. COVID hit and everything just went dark. Right. And so nobody was traveling. Every trip that we had booked for people were being canceled. People were getting their money back and everything. So for us, that was one of the darkest moments of our lives, because we love being on the plane. We love packing our bags. I mean, we love, my kids enjoy being on the plane more than anything. They are friends with flight attendants, everything. Yes, yes. That just, flight attendants will see them and literally bring them like hot chocolate chip cookie.
I
Just come.
love it.
Oh my goodness, so they make friends everywhere they go. And now it was time. They couldn't go to school.
Mm.
They couldn't see their friends anymore. We couldn't travel together.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to be at work, working at the time because we got back into the whole swing of healthcare because they needed us.
Yes.
So we did, forgot about everything, went back to work. They went home, and it was sad. So we decided that a YouTube channel with of course with an amazing idea from our coach at the time, because we had to get a coach. If you are out there, if you work in any business and you're struggling, even if you're not struggling, get a coach. Those people who see the stuff in your rear view mirror that you don't see, they will tell you things that you do not see. She said one thing that has stuck with us till this day. You are such a beautiful family.
Yes.
If you are not making money with travel, you can do other things. Start a YouTube channel. I said, a YouTube channel. I mean, I know we've been taking videos and pictures. I mean, everywhere we've been going since they were babies, it's been pictures and videos all over. She goes, where are those videos? And I remember at the time, I was like, well, we just got back from Dubai. Why didn't you tell me? She goes, I don't care. Pack them together. You can do it. Don't tell me you can't do it.
Yeah.
So we took the challenge on and started the channel so we can vlog and let other people know travel wasn't dead. So throughout COVID, we were still traveling. So we began selling the the face mask and the shield while she traveled. So then we became educators.
Yeah.
We became the expert of travel, what you needed to travel with during COVID, what the vaccines that you need, I mean, the immunization that you need, the COVID testing. If you're going to St. Lucia, how many hours you need to get your testing done. So we vlogged all of that. We vlogged when we were getting our nasal test done in St. Lucia. Yes, that was it. It was all vlogged for our video. So people can see that we are regular people traveling to these places.
Yes.
And travel wasn't dead. We wanted to make sure that we were advocate to let people know that travel was not dead and that COVID was not going to keep us where we were. We were going to come out and come out stronger.
Absolutely.
So every single part of the COVID time, during that time, the shutdown period, we were still vlogging, we were still channeling, we were still doing educative vlogs to show people on the channel. And that's how it started. So 2 years ago, I think, 2 years ago, it was when, we started it. And, people were telling us, it started with family members watching. We did our first, the kids were so young, if you watch our videos. And now it also helped us to let people also know that travel is not just for mom and dad.
Right.
Enjoy it together. So we do hotels, family-friendly hotels, family-friendly luxury hotels. Because when you think about Ritz-Carlton, for example, how many people know Ritz-Carlton caters to the needs of kids?
I didn't know that.
People do not know because they said it's luxury. I don't think they're going to accept children there. Oh no, they are very good with children. So that was one of the things that we try to promote and say, take them to these luxury hotels. They cater to every need. You may pay a little bit more, but the services you're going to receive is way more than what you budget for.
I see.
Way more than you pay for. They will cater to every need. They have butlers. They have people attending to them. They have everything. Mom and dad, they have kids clubs. They have, executive lounges that they can use with just a little bit more. Eating for free in Ritz-Carlton and popcorn and movies. So
I love that.
There are so many things that these days. So we vlog all of them so families can see exactly what we do. So
I love
if
this.
you see it and you like it, you come back and you say, hey, book it for me. So it's a one-stop shop. Okay. You see it, you like it, you call us, we book it for you. And so
this and I keep going back to why I'm so emotionally full is because you've tapped into something that most working class folks don't even consider, right? That they deserve, because this is what I heard you say. They deserve the luxurious lifestyle. They deserve Someone, and here's what else I love. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it, to put this into your daughter's mind. Do you know how at such a young age is so amazing? Because I think about how so many people raise their children, their sons and their daughters, that work hard, do this, do that, and serve other people. But you're telling your daughters to, of course, do that, but then also they recognize now at this early age that they too deserve
Yes.
a luxurious lifestyle. The mindset is already set, right? And there's not going to be, oh, I can't do that, I can't do this, I can't do. Y'all don't even know how powerful. Do y'all know how powerful that is? That I wish that someone had taught me. Now, mind you, I'm older than y'all. If y'all haven't figured that out. If someone had taught more of us that, there would be more of us packing our bags. But you all are clearly changing the narrative of that story for so many families and so many people. And so let's talk about the business of running the business, because I understand, and I heard baby girl say that you all are business partners. Can y'all explain that?
Well, yes.
Yeah.
So we travel with our parents everywhere, so we're a part of the business too.
Okay.
So,
okay.
So we put the mics on them, and they speak on the places we go. And they put their experience and their comments.
Okay.
They go. So yes.
And they are also involved in the retreats. So with the retreats, usually sometimes most of the time, if the host want us to now a little bit about the retreat is when we curate the retreat for the host. So you, the host, you contact us, you say, hey, Amienta, I want a retreat hassle free. I don't want to do anything. We put the retreat, you tell us what you want, your theme, and we put it together for you. So you bring your people, hassle free. You don't have to do anything. And then so the girls are involved. When we come, we go to these retreats. Instead of us hiring people to do certain things, these girls are entertaining the guests. These girls are helping out with everything from the bags, the swag bags, handing them out and making sure that every flyer is where it's supposed to be. They are the most organized kids I've ever met. They organize stuff and they make sure that the phone calls come in and the phone calls come in to me.
Yeah.
So they are very well versed when it comes to knowing the value of finances.
Yes.
When it comes to knowing the value of the business. When it comes to knowing the aspects of how important it is when mommy cannot miss this call. So if mommy is on the other line, Brooklyn can always answer the call.
Yeah.
And say,
yeah,
I am Brooklyn going. And most of the time, Brooklyn has brought us, and Brooklyn and Lexington have brought us a lot of businesses because the people are like, oh my goodness, I love talking to your little one. When am I going to see them? I said, during the retreat. Oh, okay, go ahead and book it. Send me the invoice, please.
I love this. Listen, when we're talking about learning and education, your babies travel with you consistently. The other question is of course, homeschooling is involved. Yes. And so you guys make sure that they stay on top of that, or do you guys wait until the school season or semester is over before you start any big traveling? How does that work? And how would other parents be able to do that kind of travel and make sure that schoolwork is taken care of?
They're actually in school. They're actually in normal usual school. So before they travel, so everything we do, one thing I would advise every parent out there: make sure you don't. This is not this is not something that you just do 3 days. You pack your bags. You plan it out. So within this year, we already know what we are doing next month. We already know what we're doing in September, in December, right? Because you are traveling with kids, with your school and everything. So we actually do it with the school. And the school they know exactly who Little Miss Travelers are. The school is amazing. The teachers, the principal, everybody, shout out to their school. We love our school system because they work with them. And every time we travel, they give them work to bring with us. When we travel, the caveat on that is when we travel, sometimes they have teachers. in our destinations. Teachers of the country teaching them the language, the dance. For example, in Thailand.
Yes. In Thailand, we had our own Thailand teacher that taught us the language and how to dance.
Okay.
Thailand. So yeah, that was pretty good.
Because it's very, very important to us that we are not just traveling and checking it off our bucket list, but we are
Mhm.
traveling in a form of education.
I
So
love
when the
that.
girls come, they keep journals. When
I
they
love
come, they
that.
present it to their class what they did, if they fed a fish, if there was a turtle, if there was whatever they learned new. So they
Mhm.
get to share this with the class as well, and the teachers love that. So
Yeah.
they'll work hand in hand with us in terms of that,
Mhm.
so they can get to share the experiences around the world. And I remember during COVID, we were in St. Lucia for a while, and the teacher of Brooklyn, I think their teachers were like, so we want everybody to share where they are today. One said, I'm in Florida. This one said, I'm here. Brooklyn said, she goes, Brooklyn, your background looks like you are somewhere really exotic.
No,
Bro-
like
Yeah.
my teacher thought it was actually like a background. So
Oh, really?
yes.
Yes.
And I was like, it's real.
It's real.
Oh, I love it.
Yes. And if there's like any work we really need to do, we
Mhm.
bring it with us.
Yep, we bring it
Good.
with us.
Good.
Sometimes on the plane, we got
Yeah.
longer,
Mhm.
layovers. We make sure they are comfortable, they do their work, and we haven't had any issues with that because, like we said before, start them young,
Yeah.
start them early, let them know the process. When you're traveling, it's not just you doing the travel
Yeah.
and just feeding it to them. We got to
Mhm.
discuss it as a family. So
Absolutely.
today our schedule is going to be this way. Tomorrow, you guys are going to have fun. No work tomorrow. We are going to be swimming all day, or we're going to be, bathing with the elephants all day, or we're going to be doing it. We have to have a
Love
balance
it. I
in
love
all of it,
it.
right? There has to be a balance. So there is schoolwork, and then there is the travel, and there is the fun aspect. So that has been a balance for us, and it's been working amazing. And for the parents that have traveled with us, they have also said it's been amazing.
I loved it.
Experience.
So all this exotic traveling and stuff. Listen, do y'all travel in the United States? Do you give people? I'm so serious. Like you
Actually,
know.
good.
So do you do that locally? So say for instance, you have someone that is maybe afraid. I have a friend that is terrified of flying. So the only places that she would go is if 4 tires are on the ground. Do you guys do any travel or support people locally in the United States with that, or Canada? How does that work?
Yeah.
Well, yes, we will arrange trips to places within United States. For
Mhm.
example, Miami. We went down
I
to
saw that.
Miami, and
Yeah.
then we've been a place in Baltimore
Yep.
that there's a nice harbor area in Baltimore.
Yep.
Mhm,
That we
mhm,
love.
mhm.
But
Country
there's
Park.
beautiful places in the United States that
Yeah.
we showcase to, and we will find for our clients.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I
even
love
even
it.
even New York has some amazing places for kids. The
Mhm.
Summit, the Edge Walk was one of the things that we did for our YouTube vlog when we were at the
Mhm.
Summit in New York City. And
Mhm.
every parent that I know
Mhm.
with that live in New York
Yeah.
calling me to ask me, where did you guys go again? I said, well, y'all live in New York. What happened? Yes. And
I
so that
love it.
really makes us happy that we
Yeah.
are able to show these places, because the Edge, I mean the Summit was a place
Mhm.
where you could bring the kids, they have a good
Mhm.
time, there's
Mhm.
balloons. I mean, but it's so high up that
Mhm.
you feel
Mhm.
like it's like, it's just activities that every kid is going to enjoy. So those are some of the things that we do locally. And of
Mhm.
course, we love food.
Yeah.
So we have, when we go to places, we do food tasting, which, some of the restaurants will actually, welcome us greatly, amazingly. I mean, we have managers meeting us because
Mhm.
they know we are going to tell the truth. And coming from the kids,
Absolutely.
they
Yeah.
know that it's going to be the truth out there,
Mhm.
that the restaurant food is good
Absolutely.
or it's not. Because
Right.
Lexington right here, she will tell the truth.
And
Yeah.
talking about food, in Thailand we went to the mall, and they had like a conveyor belt place where
Uh-huh.
you sit and then you like cook your own food, and you take it from the conveyor belt and you cook
Mm.
it. Yes, we loved that. It was amazing.
That is amazing. So I'm gonna have to make sure that I put that on my list of places to go. Is Thailand? Yeah,
Yes.
right. Because listen, you have been very clear. And let's go ahead and put the young lady's information up here so that folks will know who they are. So first, let's start with this beautiful face right here. Hang on just a second. That's Brooklyn, y'all. Go ahead and get your phones out and let's go ahead and get that QR code. Scan that. Go ahead and subscribe right now to Little Miss Travelers. And of course, we have Miss Lexington. Beautiful. I love it. Go ahead and subscribe, scan the QR code. You guys are also in Brownstone Living Magazine too, Brooklyn and Lexington. So your pictures are in there as well. Now listen, we've been doing a lot of talk about the business of being in travel. But one of the things that I always like to ask each and every business owner that comes across Brownstone's Best Business Review is the truth. Because we see the glitz and the glamour, we see the social media posts, we see all of the finished product, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I know as a business owner, there are things behind the scenes that no one ever sees that can be challenging. And you all are doing it as a family. I always like to ask three. One, what is the good, the bad, and the ugly of running the business, of being in business, right? Because there's the glamour and the beautiful earrings like you have on now, Amanda, and the beautiful clothing. Like when I met you guys and everybody was dressed alike and it said Little Miss Travelers and on the jackets and so forth. All of that is wonderful and it's amazing branding. But what's the truth behind the hours that you put in, the passion and the desire and the days that you want to take your pen and snap it in half because things don't go the way that you thought that they did? Can you share a little bit about how you guys work together to stay sane, number one, while you're working with other clients, but then also the truth? Let's talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, because I don't ever want anyone to think that it's all about the pretty. There is work that goes behind what you do.
Right.
Yes,
right.
absolutely.
Let's start with the ugly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a lot of uglies to share.
I mean, there's let's talk about, we had a retreat, right, one time, and then from experience, and on the day of the retreat, the chef called me and said, "I can't do this." Yes, that
Tears.
Tears. So that left us in a situation where we had to still satisfy our,
Yes.
we had to still figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we still and in between all that, we had to we shifted, and we were, and the fact that because we have vendors, we're able to reach out to them, say, hey, we got some clients we want to bring there. Hey, transportation team, we have some clients, we need you to take our clients to this place, and so they can have their brunch, and then the same way with the evening with their dinner. So that is,
but
what's that?
But to add to that, before he even moves on, we had to pay double, quadruple the money, right? So whatever we had made as profit, there was no profit. We had to go dip into our savings to satisfy the aspect of everything happening like that, right?
Wow.
And so that's something that you don't foresee as a business owner. Your clients call, you're excited, you are happy, and then this happens. You want to satisfy the clients. So now, whatever you have to do to get these clients to eat tonight, you need to make it happen. And at that point, you are not negotiating. You are picking whatever you can get.
Yes.
That is as classy as what you had before. Because you can't just, because the chef did not, you can't just say, I'm going to just cut back on the luxury aspect that you preached about, what they bought for, how much they got it for. You can't compromise on that. You can't compromise on that, on what you stand for and your brands and what they have paid for.
Right.
So if somebody, if the other vendors are not available, but they can make something available for you, they double charge you. And so that's what happened then.
Okay.
We have had guests who lost luggages at the airport, right? And we have had guests who get into the hotel and they're like, okay, we need a different room because we are not able to fit in here because there are so many little things like that.
Yeah.
But sometimes that's sleepless night because we stay up at night till midnight, till past midnight, making sure that the hotel, because the time, the country that they are going to, their time zone is different. So let's say, for example, if the person is in Thailand or the person is in the Philippines, that's 12 hours straight. And so it's nighttime there whilst it's daytime. So you got to stay up so you're able to speak to somebody. And so your team is working and you are working and the team over there is working and you have to stay up so you can communicate with them. So it's all a big deal. And so it becomes really, really like hard. And what nobody told us about was sometimes you will have to dig into your savings. So there will be times that you may not make what you're expecting, especially for small businesses.
Yeah.
You may not make exactly what you want. The no's are a lot.
Yeah.
You'll be getting no's. There will be situations where you feel, oh my gosh, this is going to make us, pay this bill, pay that bill, pay this vendor, pay that vendor, and it doesn't fall through.
Yeah.
And so you get a lot of no's.
Yeah.
We have cried. I have cried many, many, many times because somebody said, no, we know that this was going to be another amazing client that was going to show up and be a permanent, a client that's going to be with us for a long time.
Yeah.
And then they decided to not, do business with us for whatever reason. Maybe, they found somebody else, which is fine. But in all to say that in between all of that, we have also gained some amazing clients. We have gained some amazing clientele. We have been showcased in all these other, we've been featured in Black Enterprise, which brought us a lot of influx of some amazing clients, some in Hollywood. And I am proud to say that those people came and just quickly understood what the work we have already been doing, like whatever we have sown, the tears through the pain, people that we have now are seeing that, oh my gosh, these people are not just talking the talk, they are walking the walk, and they actually producing what they say they are producing.
Absolutely. Right. And this is what I love about what you guys are doing. Number one, the fact that this is the biggest thing for me. You are a family unit. You already know that you're going to be traveling with your children. But then you also introduce that to other people. And the fact that you keep your customers first. I definitely see that. That's important because your reputation precedes you, right? I tell that to my family and to my children all the time. And to your point, I have felt the sting of having to go in my pocket because a client didn't pay or something like that. We just recently had that happen. And we felt the sting of it. But to your point, it's not the customer's fault. And they still want that quality product. And they want that luxury experience that InStyle Travel LLC said that they were going to receive. So, and guess what else? They don't need to know that the chef didn't show. They just need to know that I'm going to get what I paid for.
Period.
That's it. Yeah.
That's
so
it.
And it's a hard thing to do sometimes because in the back you're going, oh my God, that was supposed to be money for advertising, or it was supposed to be money for this, or da. And you have to put it and people don't get it. So here's my final question for you all, because we could go on and on. Because when I tell you, you have opened my eyes to something that I didn't really consider as I'm going to say it, as a woman of color, in travel and traveling with the family, and understanding that we too should have that opulent lifestyle that we may have seen, or like you said, when you opened up the magazines and you saw the yachts and all of that, that's accessible to us. And you talk about that. And I would love to see you talk more frequently. I would love to hear more about this. How do I finance that trip? Right. So I don't hear enough about that because, honey, I heard your children say that they went to the Maldives. Let's talk about that. They have gone to Thailand. I have watched your videos. So this excitement that I'm hearing and you're hearing from me is not made up. It's because I am enamored and impressed with what you all have been able to do. But the biggest thing that you all don't know that you're doing. See, you think, I'm gonna go here. This is Auntie talking. You think that you're building a business. No, you're not. You are developing legacies around the world with what you are doing, because more people need to understand that it is possible, and that the ideas that you all had when you were sitting down as friends talking about how you wanted to be with your family and travel and do these things, and you're doing it, and you're showing me as just an individual watching you who may never get to travel. You're showing me that anything that I put my mind to is possible. That speaks more volumes than In Style Travel and Little Miss Travelers combined, because you are showing people through your tenacity and your drive. Because don't think that I don't see you. I see you. And I watch, because it's good to me and it feeds my soul. But then to sit here and to talk to you and to hear how it started out with you seeing it this way and you seeing it this way, and then to know that you all were connected. None of this is by accident. None of it.
Right.
And I'm honored to hear the truth, because people need to hear the truth. You can do it. That's what I'm hearing you say, no matter what it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna give y'all the mic. Go ahead. We got about 2 minutes left, but go ahead.
It's we want everybody out there. We want everybody out there, and this is important to us big time, more than anything else. And you did mention, I like the fact that you said you guys think you are building a business, but you're building a legacy.
Yes.
The legacy aspect has been very deep as we grow the business, as we get more clients. It's more becoming, Amanda, you guys are so empowering. You guys are so
Oh
empowering.
my
So
God, yes.
the more they are thanking you for the trip, but they are saying, but you are empowering other Black and Brown families. You are showing the world what is possible. We didn't grow up in luxury. Like I said, I watched it. I saw it from afar, a distant far. People that look like me had to be entertainers or music moguls to do the things that we are doing now, right? But we never saw it. And so we never saw people that look like us. And so what I want to just put out there is that it is amazing, and it's our utmost honor to be able to be called in such a time as this to be doing what we are doing now.
Yeah.
Because you said something, it is not just by chance. We didn't get into this by chance, because we are growing the business, but we also speaking and doing speaking engagements.
Yeah.
Right. And so we want to tell the mother out there, you got to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
You got to take care of your family.
Yes.
The husband, you can take care of your wife, happy life. Don't forget that.
I don't forget it.
He doesn't forget it. He's reading it on his screenshot.
I love it.
Screensaver. So
yeah,
let's remember that you may see a dream so distant, so far away, where the sun is beginning to set. I mean, it's beginning to set, and then you never know when it's going to rise, right? And so what I saw as that little brown girl in Brooklyn, and I told my mom, my mom said, well, we can move back to Brooklyn if you guys don't want to be in Manhattan. I said, no, we'll be here. I want to drive on the bus on the Upper East Side, seeing the affluent neighborhood. So I would take the bus, literally go to school, get on the bus, and I would look as the bus drove, and I would look at these buildings. You can go to a friend of yours building, and the whole 3-story on the Upper East Side is a whole house for one person, right? And it was distant, but we are doing it. Black and Brown families, we are doing it.
Yes.
We may be going through the downs and the ups and everything, but we are doing it. We got to believe in ourselves.
Absolutely.
If I can do it, if I can dream it and I can live it now,
Yes.
it is.
Yes.
It's surreal that it was just a distant thing. It was a picture.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's happening to me, to us.
Absolutely.
Right. And so you can do it also. Always one thing that we got to remember is we deserve it.
You do.
We deserve it, because you mentioned something about, a payment plan, and how can we afford these things? Yes, you can. You work 24/7 on that business. You know that money comes in.
Yeah.
If you start early and you come to Install Travel, we do have payment plans.
Yes.
You can put that trip on a payment plan, however you want to pay it. If it's at $300 a month, if it's $200 a month, if it's $500 a month. We have people that are going to Dubai with us in March, and it's not little money. I'm not going to lie to you, because experiences, you can't put money, a dollar amount on experiences.
No, you
can't buy these things. We have families that are going with us, right? But they started early. They contacted us and they like, I want to go. I want to be on that experience, because if you guys doing it, we can do it too, right? I said, of course.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We send you the payment plan and we put it together. So majority of them have been on the payment plan and they are going on this trip. All right. The trip could be anywhere from $5,000 to $6,000 per person to $6,500 per person. However, with the payment plan, you don't even see it happening. By the time you realize you're done,
you live it
trip, because our trips are not just trips to check off your bucket list. And I'll say that again.
Right.
We believe that shared experiences, ignite the union between families and the unity with families and loved ones. And money is just the energy. Money is just something that is the energy that creates what you are doing. It is not the essence of everything. Right?
Yeah.
And so sometimes you think that you see that person, that shoe, and you're like, how can I afford it? And you put that on the payment plan. And at some point, the bag comes to you because you have the bag and you purchase. How does it make you feel? Now, for us, family travel makes us create memories of a lifetime. I go back and I see our videos and our pictures, and those are moments I could never get back.
Ever.
But guess what? My kids can always show it to generations to come. The memories, the experiences, and what they gained. My kids' minds are very open. They are open-minded, right? As to life, what life has to offer, because they see things that they have never seen before. They meet people they have never met before.
Right.
They eat food that nobody has ever seen, like the way they mix it and everything, and the way they taste it. Mommy, it doesn't taste good, but you always tell us you have to taste things multiple times to know it tastes good.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so these things money cannot buy. That's one thing I want to put out there. Money cannot buy these experiences. Try it, give it a shot.
Yeah.
And let us know. You will never go back. Once you get it started, you will never go back. And the beauty of it is that you are going to get it, everything done for you without doing nothing. You're going to get everything.
Come on with the concierge. Yes. Mr. G, any last parting words before I wrap this up into a pretty bow?
No, well, yeah, absolutely. This has been a great experience. Having this and then letting the world know about our business, our family, and we are here to share our experience with the world. And I just want this from my family, and for just to get that message across, that this right here is every day. This experience can be every day for many families to be in Dubai, Thailand. It shouldn't just be a one-off,
for
hey, I went to those. No, you say, hey, that's that person down the street. That's what you know what I mean?
I love it.
We hang out with. I would like that.
And we don't want to be the only people on the business class, mind you. We don't want to be the only brown family on the business. We want to see y'all there.
Yeah, I love that. So listen, I want to thank your family for coming on today and hanging out with us. I know, you guys are amazing. You're inspiring. And I want people to also know that you guys have a regular column in Brownstone Living Magazine. And your stories and the articles, they're literally great tips that people can glean from as they are learning how to travel. And information on how to reach out to you is absolutely available so that they don't feel like they are traveling by themselves. So that too is important. And that's why I want people to know that they can hang out with you guys at InStyle Travel LLC. I'm going to go ahead and put it up there once again before we wrap up here. InStyleTravelLLC.com. Go ahead and check them out. Check out all of the reviews. I watched them. Okay. And it just solidifies everything that you all have been talking about your service and the quality that you offer. And I think that that's important for people to understand. But again, I'm going to end with this. Again, Little Miss Travelers at YouTube. Check out the videos so you can see for yourself what this family is doing together, and where they are traveling. Y'all heard both of these beautiful little girls, Lexington and Brooklyn, talk about their favorite places and their private barefoot butlers and their chefs and the restaurants and all of these places that they've got, wait staff and those kinds of things. Allow your children to have those experiences. And so with that, I'm going to encourage each and every one of you all to check out InStyle Travel LLC. This is Amanda and Mr. Glenn Goring of InStyle Travel LLC. I cannot thank you all enough for coming to hang out with me today. I have been inspired more than you know about far more than just travel. The last thing that I'm going to say is I am hearing this family say, if you can see it, you can do it, if you believe it. All right, everybody. That's our time here at Brownstone's Best Business Review. Check us out all over the place, brownstoneworldwide.com, Brownstone Living Magazine, and KCCR Radio, the Cityscape app. You can definitely check us out there and get excited. InStyle Travel LLC is where it's at. So happy that you guys could join us. I'm going to put this beautiful couple up here one last time. Look at that. Always looking good. Listen, let me tell you. All right, you guys. It's been real. It's been great. We'll see you in the Brownstone. Have a great day.